Now we're into normal game week as we play and travel to FAU on Saturday. That's going to be a really good team, just like us. New coaching staff, very good coaching staff. Tremendous veteran head coach with a lot of guys I know on his staff that have coached a number of places. Several guys have been head coaches, so well-coached athletic program where they recruit, just like us, in a fertile area. So got good athletes. Played at a very difficult schedule like we have, where they played on the road at Illinois, on the road at Clemson, and came up short really in a great game. Illinois had great chances to win. Didn't get it done. But I see a really good team. I think it's going to be very athletic. I think it'll be the toughest challenge on the road that we had. The best team we've played, other than our two top opponents that are playing about as good as most in the country. So a big challenge Saturday, a big road test. And like I say, we're just starting the prep. We got to have a good week of work, and we're at the midpoint of the season, and we need to see continued improvement and keeping our guys moving in the right direction.
So it's week 2 of conference play for you guys, but last week, FAU had their off week. So this is their conference opener, and it's at home. You're the visiting team, so what does that kind of mean? There's going to be a certain type of atmosphere for their first conference opener.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I just go back to the success they had last year. They got a large school, good population down there. I know student body's right behind the home of the visiting team, and they're pretty rowdy, and so we're going to have to keep our guys focused. And we've played in loud arenas. I don't know from a crowd noise effect if it's going to be anything that we hadn't dealt with, having been at Washington and with OU in here. But I think their players are going to be excited and ready to play. Again, I know Coach Herman. I know several of his coaches well. I know they're great coaches, take a lot of pride in what's going on. What I sense from afar watching their basketball team last year, and what I know having seen this program for years, and I've always looked at this program, I think it's a school that's building, takes a lot of pride in the sports program. So they're going to have a great crowd, a great atmosphere. I know they're excited to be in this league. I know they expect to do well in this league. And just like as we're building our team, we expect to do well too. So I think it's going to be a heck of a matchup with two really good teams on Saturday night.
To kind of go off that a little bit, Herman has Power 5 experience, and with the season they've had 3 games, losing 3 games in a row, going into a bye. Just how fired up is this team going to be for this game to get back on the field and try to get that win?
Ask him, but I would be shocked if they're not as fired up and playing as well as they have all year. They came out the last game and played lights out and had every opportunity to win the game and did not. And in some ways, you're sitting there not putting your team down, but showing, look at where you are against what was a team that a lot of people thought could compete for the Big Ten West. And they're in a 6-point game at the end of the game and can't get the ball back. So and that's coming after playing Clemson. So you're playing those two teams back to back to back. Those are physical games. Their schedule sets up where it gives them a chance to get some guys back and get rested. But then they can go back like we did the other day, working on fundamentals. So you get a little fundamental work. You get a chance to put together a good game plan. They've got a receiver leading the nation in receptions. So they're talented on offense with dynamic playmakers. Defensively, their structure and what they do and the way they line up. And, I mean, they make it hard to run the ball. They're very sound in their coverage. So it's going to be – we're playing a really good team. You can look at that record all you want to, but you put the tape on, you watch them play. They got good players. It's a good team. It's going to be as good a team as we played, probably the best team we played to date, other than our 2 major non-conference opponents. This is a talented team. It's a team getting better. It's a great coaching staff. It's going to be a tough contest for us Saturday night.